secrets of the universe itself. In many cases, we talk about social media, and we are actually talking about social media today for you to go to Foot Solutions / Goodyear-Arizona.com, and then make sure you click on the badges for Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn and YouTube, and you'll be able to learn a lot more than we even have on the show today, or you can actually watch the show later as it gets posted up on YouTube. And so we actually have Foot Solutions, who has been they've made very good use of their social media. They have a very good Twitter following, they have a very good Facebook following, and they actually have people from all over the world that are following them. Is quite the case. So there's people who have foot pain all over the world, and people who know that health is related to their feet all over the world. So these are things that become important to all of us. And I want to also say that we are joined by Art and Linnell Reynolds, who are the owners of Foot Solutions out in Goodyear, Arizona, which once again is just on the east side of the intersection of the 303 and the 101 in Goodyear, which is the exit you would take to get there would be Pebble Creek Parkway, and you would go north just a little bit. And again, the exact address is 1981 North Pebble Creek Parkway, Suite C5 in Goodyear, and the phone number to reach them is 623-536-6676. To sum up what we talked about in the last segment, Art, who is again the partner in the Foot Solutions location, is a podorthist, which essentially means that he has about 10 years of experience in diagnosing your feet, and has the educational background to be able to do that, and we'll give you tests so that, and for a free test, by the way, and a free consultation, so that you can determine what exactly is wrong with your feet. Now, there's 3 different tests that you administer that are going to determine what you recommend and choose. So, Art, could you tell us the difference between the 3 types of tests that you're going to provide for them? And again, for free, and they should charge, frankly, but hey, you are our listeners, and I don't want them to charge you, so we'll have them charge other people, not you. Okay. But tell us a little bit about those 3 different tests.
The foot exam, we basically palpate the foot. Basically, we're giving it kind of a massage, is what palpating means.
Oh, okay. So that sounds good.
We're checking.
Free massage here.
No, some people do. They go,
feels a little bit.
Stop. We're checking joints and bones and seeing the flexibility and the mobility of the whole foot in general. Okay. And then we'll turn around and actually have you walk up and back. And we're watching the gait. The gait that we're talking about is your whole foot, how it relates to the rest of your body. Ankles, knees, hips, lower back. It really shows up exactly what's going on. So we look at the foot, see things that may or may not be right, watch and see if it's mechanically working right while you're walking. And then when you come back, we give you a balance test. And the balance test, a lot of people get wowed on that one there. We actually have you stand on an over-the-counter orthotic.
Okay.
Barefoot. Okay. And we try to get you to go off balance.
Okay.
And of course, with the orthotic, you don't get it. Okay?
Really?
No, you're solid as a rock with that underneath you.
Amazing.
Okay. And then we turn around and have you step off it, just gently step off it beside it, and try it again. Okay. And try the test again to try to maneuver you, and nothing happens again. And you go, well, nothing happened then, and there. So what's the purpose of the orthotic? Okay. I have you turn around and walk 4 or 5 steps, come back, and try the same test, and you almost go knocked down.
Wow.
Okay. And what that proves to you is what we always say is muscle memory. That's what the importance of an insert is. Why so many people in the past have used them, and now they're not.
They don't need them as much as
they don't think they do. Okay.
But again, going back to rule number 1, everybody needs to wear them.
Exactly. So you can see how quickly your muscles go to where they're supposed to go, but how quickly they go away. So that's why the insert or the orthotic has such great potential of keeping you healthy and straight, because they actually are helping your natural body stay straight.
So anybody out there who is like me, who gets a little bit embarrassed in yoga because my balance is not what it should be, I wear your orthotics, and I think you might see an improvement.
Yes.
You bet.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also another thing is, if you've ever watched yourself run on video, a lot of us don't like our voices. Believe me, when I first heard my voice recorded, I hated my voice. For years, I hated my voice, and who knows? So maybe some of our listeners also hate my voice. However, it was not nearly as bad. My voice was not nearly as bad as I thought it was. Just because when you hear your own voice, inside of your head is a little bit different than what other people hear, because of the way it resonates. The same thing is the way you think you run versus the way other people see you run. There's a vain reason you need to go in to Foot Solutions as well. A lot of times I see Hollywood, these amazing, beautiful Hollywood people, male and female, handsome and beautiful people that are running, and I think, I think there's something wrong with how they're structurally made. They look great until they run, or they look great until they move, and their movements are wrong. If over time you're able to get a good orthotic in, your whole skeletal structure changes. And like you say, the muscle memory is great.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many of those people are running like that are weird, that they're like a little train wreck ready to happen. It just hasn't happened yet.
Sure.
There's reasons for doing all the stuff. Preventive maintenance is a healthy thing for everybody.
You bet. In fact, I want to talk about that a little bit. Over break, we were talking about some of my health issues, and when I was young, I was an athlete. I even had one entire year undefeated in wrestling, but that was the end of it. I was no Olympic athlete, but I was a very active in high school athletics. By the time I got to college, I was weeded out, but I was very, very active and continued to be active, at least in lifestyle, even though not in collegiate sports, for example. But the point is that in all that activity when I was young, I found out just recently when I went in for some x-rays that because I didn't wear orthotics when I was young, and even though I've always taken great care of myself from the standpoint of going to chiropractors, keeping my skeletal structure where it should be, never had any broken bones or anything like that. So even though I've had an active lifestyle, I've also supplemented like I should and had strong and flexible bones. All those things have been great. But when they took the x-ray, there are some things that are lining up, some bone spurs in my back that are starting to develop that may turn into arthritis later, which is not quite being diagnosed with cancer, but it's disconcerting. And to find out that if I could have reversed all of that, worn orthotics when I was young, then I would have been balanced from the bottom up. Where feet are balanced and your hips are balanced, your hips are balanced, your spine becomes balanced, and then I wouldn't have the problems that I do today. So any of you are parents out there that are wondering, should I wait until later to bring my kids in? No, this will not only make them better in their formative years where they are growing and developing. Their skeletal structure will be better now. They'll probably, I don't want to say they'll break any records as a result of it, but they're going to perform better athletically. There'll be less pain involved in trying to heal after they do athletic activities. They'll probably enjoy sports more, but most importantly, that their health, the long-term health, will be a lot better.
I'd like to say, Art and I have 8 children, boys and girls, and they were all very athletically inclined. They weren't superstars, but they were out there running around. And I can say that if I had known about putting arch supports underneath their feet, they would have all had it. I did not know. So this is really a passion of mine. It's so important that parents realize not only will it improve their performance, which as parents we all just love that.
Absolutely.
But it will also help keep them healthy.
Yeah.
Because I've got boys that have some issues.
I'm an absolute testimonial of that. My own children, I actually had them in orthotics, but this is how bad it was, is that I had orthotics in their shoes that were 3 years old. It's amazing how time flies. I thought it was just a little bit ago, and we went and looked at the orthotics and realized we need an update. So we took them into Foot Solutions, got them updated, and they are much happier children, believe me. They're so happy, literally. One of these times we'll have to do a video of both my sons talking about the difference in their lives as a result. And one of them does cross country, would not have been able to do do cross country without it. Literally, he was going to quit until we actually took him in for them.
I have a grandson that plays basketball, and he actually had to sit out 3 games one season because of his hip hurting so bad. We put him in some custom orthotics and didn't have to sit any more basketball games out, and he's perfectly happy.
And he likes wearing them.
And he likes wearing them.
Wow, that is so great. And you know, I think it's education has been to that level now. This is, in case any of your kids wonder, is this going to be like wearing hearing aids? No, it's just an insult. I mean, Dr. Scholes, I think, we're going to talk about Dr. Scholes in just a second, popularized them to the point where, you know, this is not something that's debilitating. This is just, it's like just wearing a good shoe. But the problem is shoes are not customized. That's why you need to come in for all 3 of the analyses.